Warren, Daniel McCabe, Mike Evers, Mike Sirantakos, Paul Longboat, John Cote, and a huge pileup on the front stretch as Jason Tolton gets gathered up.
And Jason Tolton, the unlucky recipient of a tangle there between Steve Miller and Christopher French.
In the air, Cody Somerville will lead them down the front stretch, and Mike Giverson loses a handful of positions going into one. 3 wide for the lead, and here comes Kyle Wirt, the point leader on his horse on the outside line, up to second, trailing 8 and 9 in the 88.
8 and 9 with a heat race win in that number 88 machine. Looking good here to lead lap number 1, but here comes the number 19 of Kyle Wirt in the mix as well. Running in third, Tim Jamieson. That 177 machine, top 3 cars breaking away from the rest of the field because it's an absolute beehive behind there.
Side by side for that top position, 8 and 9, and the 19 of Kyle Wirt. That echoes auto service number 19. 8 and 9 will lead the lap as they go down into corner number 1. 2 on the board. 13 to go in our first feature of the night.
Greg, you know we have a good racetrack when the mini stocks prefer the outside line and they can keep it wound up with all kinds of momentum, nice and smooth, and that's the line that 8 and 9 is running so far, with Trevor Watt trying to, see Kyle Wirt trying to stick with him in that number 19 machine.
Back at it, Green is out, and Kyle Wirt will shoot out in front of the top 3, and things got close there as Wirt nearly got tapped by the 177 of Tim Jamieson, who slid up the track. Now it's 3 wide behind the leader.
3 wide for that second spot. 8 and 9 got shuffled out of the race lead, but now trying to come back. Ryan Hiller for the second spot. Tristan De Silva in the mix as well. 3-4 cars battling for third now to race into corner number 1. 8 and 9 in the middle of Tim Jamieson, Tristan De Silva, Dusty DeBoer, Tim DeBoer right there as well.
Good pack of racing there as 8 and 9, and now the caution flag is back out. White flag out for the leaders. Yeah, good battle back there, about mid-pack right there. 8 and 9, Trevor Watt and Wade Thorne, but as they work it down the backstretch the final time, Kyle Wirt leads the point leader, looking to pad his lead into the stretch drive for the championship. Double checkers out from Cameron Thompson. Kyle Wirt picks up another win over Ryan Hiller. Dusty DeBoer. Greens in the air, and Jacob Dykstra leads him down into corner number 1. Derek Lemaire on that outside line. He had a very solid qualifying heat. Let's see if he can keep it up here in the feature event.
Good start for Jacob Dykstra in that 5D machine. Derek Lemaire slipping back into the third spot momentarily, but as Jesse Costa moved ahead, but he fighting back with him, and Hannah Farrell right there as well. 3-car battle for second. 3 wide into corner number 3. Didn't look like there was going to be enough room, but how about that move by the Hurricane? Hannah Farrell 2-for-1 special off of corner number 4. She moves into second.
And Hannah Farrell there in the second spot. Right around goes Derek Lemaire in front of the pack down in corner 2. Wow. And here comes Jesse Costa winding it up on the top side, but here comes Hannah Farrell up into his line and kind of pitches him out of the way.
Costa goes another lane higher though off of corner number 4, trying to find a little bit of room, and this time we'll have to follow the Hurricane. Hannah Farrell into corners 1 and 2. Not enough room to get it done that time as Hannah Farrell holds off the charge there in that battle for the second spot.
Brian Nanico out now. Davey Boughton around in corner number 1. Keeps the foot in the throttle. The car's going to stop down in the middle groove in corner 1.
Jesse Costa and the Hurricane. Hannah Farrell battling it up for that second spot. Nick Sheridan in the mix as well. 3-car battle for the runner-up spot. And Sheridan works around the outside, following Hannah Farrell into corner number 1. 3 wide for second.
And some great racing from second on back all through the pack. There's a good fight going on between Jesse McDonald and Lucas Smith as well. And that the massage throw number 49L as they work it off of corner number 4. Oh, close call for Hannah Farrell and Nick Sheridan as they cross the stripe.
Wow, that was awfully close on the front straightaway. Trouble up in corner number 3. Trevor Young around. Caution on lap number 6. Good head of steam going into corner number 1. Gets the lane up on the top side of the speedway. We'll see if he can get by the Hurricane in corner number 2. Cap closes up, and he had to get on the binders there in turn number 2.
Dykstra out in front over Farrell and Costa, then a gap back to Sheridan, another gap back to DJ Christie, who's duking it out with Stephen Beckett, and the 49L of Lucas Smith. Good 3-car fight back there. One more time around for Costa, then you've got Nick Sheridan in second, and this race has really come to the fourth place driver, Stephen Beckett, closing the gap on Hannah Farrell. He's going to run out of time for a podium finish, but a good rally for him as the checker's about to come out. Jesse Costa will pick up the win. The point leader pads his lead. Nick Sheridan will cross the line in second. Hannah Farrell third. Fourth will be Stephen Beckett.
Green flag wave. Scott Kruder leads the field into corners 1 and 2. Dylan Westbrook trying to take second away from Mitch Brown. Gets the job done off of corner number 2. Kruder to the top side. Westbrook to the bottom here off of turn number 4. Kruder leads lap number 1.
The straight shooter locked and loaded tonight. He's way up top, riding around the rim as we've got them going down the backstretch. Dylan Westbrook in second. Mitch Brown in third. DeMann and Ryan Turner right now your top 5. The caution flag out one around as John Burbridge Jr. spins between corners 1 and 2.
Westbrook closes the gap and might have the race lead off of turn number 2. No, Kruder gets by around the outside. Westbrook had the lead by a nose momentarily, but Kruder got back by him up top with the momentum. He's following Josh Hansen, who's had trouble all night long, but right now running pretty solid up in that top groove as Westbrook and Kruder go at it for the race lead. New leader Dylan Westbrook off turn 2.
Tucks up in front of the straight shooter Scott Kruder. Now Kruder goes down to the inside line and he says, here Dylan, you try and get by Josh Hansen because I certainly can't. Now they tuck in behind each other as they go down into corner number 1. Kruder digging on the inside. They're side by side. Now Kruder back to the top spot down the backstretch. 3 wide in front of the leaders.
Lap 12, Kruder getting by Dylan Westbrook for the race lead, but here comes Westbrook back around the top. They trade spots again. Still in traffic, they can't get by these slower cars. They're racing amongst them. Oh, and they get together. Kruder gets into Westbrook. They spin. Kruder keeps his foot in it. Westbrook goes around.
Back to
and caution flag. Caution flag is out. McDeman got around both drivers. Trying to find a way by the number 5 D of Shane Ross and the 55 of Mike Dorn. Corey Turner has narrowed the gap to just a couple of car lengths here on the final lap. Last time down the back straight and into corners 3 and 4. DeMann goes through the middle of Ross and Thorne off of corner number 4 for the second time in 2019. The highlight man goes to victory lane.
And it wasn't a huge one either because Corey Turner was right there. They bring it down the front straightaway. The final feature of the night is underway. Dickey and Frank Turkey Jr. now side by side.
Good start for the number 1 machine. As for the 38 of Frank Turkey, of 41 of Adam Plazek, tried to go to the outside, didn't quite work for him in corners 1 and 2, but gains a bit of momentum back here in turns 3 and 4 as a whole gaggle of cars work 4 wide. Jim Lentman right across the nose of Logan Schwedek's number 53 in the middle of the pack.
A good battle towards the back, but you see that battle at the front. Frank Turkey Jr. has the top spot. Chris Dickey back to second, then it's Sargent and Liverance side by side, third and fourth. Martin Fawcett and Logan Schwedek back there, fifth and sixth.
Positions are changing as fast as we're talking at this point. This early in the race as Ken Sargent moves past Chris Dickey for the second spot. Logan Schwedek getting by as well. Dickey pinned up on the top side of the racetrack.
The 3-car fight up at the front. Ken Sargent in that 25 Club 54 racing machine, holding on over Logan Schwedek and Dave Bailey, the champ, right there in that third position. Chris Hale had a good solid run tonight, something he has not had a lot of this year. He's had a lot of struggles and has finally got that car back to where we know it should be, and he was on fire last year, figuratively, in that 79 machine, picking up some big wins late in the season. Now he looks to have things fixed, riding up there in fourth.
Yeah, was real dominant in the 79 towards the end of the 2018 season, and just as we had a battle for the lead shaping up, we have a caution flag.
5 laps left to go in our final feature of the night. It's Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. It's been an interesting one so far. Logan Schwedek looking to get the better of Dave Bailey here tonight, but if you're out in front with 5 laps to go and there's one guy behind you, you don't want to be behind you. It's that 49, the Jibs Action Sport Queensland Chevrolet machine. Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey.
And you can see Schwedek is pushing the pace in that number 53 machine, not slowing at all. Last time by, he was a tenth quicker than Dave Bailey's number 49 machine. We'll see what he can do this time by. There'll be 3 laps to go as he knocks number 17 off the board here.
This time by Dave Bailey trying to find any sort of an advantage. He's got a good run down in corners 3 and 4.
If there's a spot that 40, no, and he goes around. Bailey around, he keeps his foot in it though, and Sargent will get by both him and Trevor DeVore.
He's still in fourth.
He still managed to stay in fourth. And Logan Schwedick hits the cruise control button with a half a straightaway advantage. He'll bring it off of turn number 4. And double checkers for the final time tonight from Cameron Thompson. Logan Schwedick goes to victory lane. Ken Sargent, Trevor DeVore.